Welcome to the presentation on Thomson Highway's The Resistors. Thomson Highway is a native Canadian writer. Since he is a native Canadian writer, we need to understand the cultural background of Canada. It is known as a multicultural land and also a mosaic cultured land because it consists of people from all over the world representing Africans, South Asians, and European settlers. Besides these settlers, there were the natives. They were the people of the soil but alienated by the settlers who preserved the political power. Multiculturalism is a concept that accommodates all cultures with equal participation and sharing of equal resources. In the case of the natives, they are not given this equal right. These Canadian natives are also known as the First Nation people. There were Indians and Inuits or Eskimos. They constituted the native Canadian nations or native Canadians. They were known as native Canadians. Besides these two natives, there were half breeds known as Métis people. These natives are politically weak, geographically dislocated, economically marginalized, and often stereotyped by the European cultural arrogance and cultural imperialism. They were forced to live in places like reserves. So, reserves is a land set apart by the crown to be inhabited by the natives. That was their physical and spiritual homeland. And they were governed by a band council as well as the Minister of Aboriginal Affairs of Canada. And this separated portion of land is also known as Indian bands because these reserves were occupied by only the Indians, Red Indians, and not by the Inuits or Métis. These Métis or Eskimos, they do not live on reserve. That's why this reserve is also named as ghettos or retreats. And Thomson Highway gives an authentic representation of the reserve because his father and mother hailed from such reserves. And he had worked with such native inmates on these reserves in friendship centers and also in prisons where the natives were imprisoned. So he had a first-hand experience with the natives and with which he shares in this play. And the word res in the title refers to Indian reservation or Indian band. When we look into the play, this is not like the traditional European play. It has two acts, but we don't get to see distinguished scene differences, but we can understand the scene shift from one place to the other as we follow the episodes in the play. This play was first produced in 1986 and performed on November 26th of 1986. And it won the Dora Maver Moore Award for the Best New Play in Toronto in the year 1986 and 1987. And Thomson Highway set this play in the fictional locale called Washy Chicken Indian Reserve and it is usually known as Vasi. In the play also we can have reference to this Vasi. And his ambition in life is to make the rest a cool place and to show and celebrate what funky folk Canada's native Indians are. And he blends the dark realities of the native people and their spirituality along with the humor. And the aim of writing this play is to expose the wounds before healing. He wanted to tell the native world they are wounded. Why this wounded state occurs? These colonial indoctrination and cultural imperialism have corrupted the mind of the native people. Their life system was totally distorted. As a result, they tried to undervalue the once cherished old values. Slowly, they began to forget those life patterns which a whole which they cherished as a holistic approach to life. What is this holistic approach to life? There was an interconnectedness among body, soul, and the spirit. Materialism has spoiled this interconnectedness and they try to overthrow that age old cherished value system. And here in this play, the, the dramatist uses code switching technique and he blends English language along with Cree and Ojibwe. Cree and Ojibwe share the same linguistic family. And these Indians, Red Indians, they speak or they are familiar with these two languages. And he wanted to regenerate this endangered language. Regarding the characters in the play, there are 8 characters. Amidst these 8 characters, there are 7 sisters or 7 women characters. Amidst the 7 women characters, 6 of them are sisters by birth or by marriage. And the 7th character, Shabani Khan, is the adopted daughter. And the first character, Pelagia and Philomena, are biological sisters. And the third, 4 and 5, that's Annie Cook, Emily Dictionary, Mary Adley, they are sisters. This Pelagia and Philomena are half sisters to Annie Cook, Mary Adley, and Emily Dictionary. The 6th character, Veronique, is a sister-in-law of all the 5 characters. Shabunika is an adopted daughter. She is a mentally disabled girl adopted by Veronique. And the 8th character, Nana Bush, is a special character chosen by this author and it represents the native mythical realm. And this is an omnipresent character who has no fixed gender. He appears as birds, that is seagull and nighthawk. And at the end of the play, we shall see him as a male character. So this is the only male character in the play. All the others are women characters. That's why he has given the title Rest Sisters. And with these sisters, he tries to explore the native realities, the problems undergone by all these sisters. And this character tries to teach them the meaning of life even amidst this disorderly state. And with this, we shall wind up this presentation. And in the next presentation, we shall have a look into the relationships the complicated realities faced by all these sisters, and the significance of all these eight characters. Thank you.